Hi guys, it's Andy from NismoTechUK. Today we're giving an unboxing and overview for our friends over at Perixx. This is the Periboard-411 Ultra Slim Backlit Mini Keyboard. We did do an unboxing of the 410 version of this, which was basically identical apart from the Backlit Illumination. So let's have a quick look around the box. We've got the branding up at the top here. Obviously it's designed in Germany. It comes with a 2-year warranty, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got flat scissor keys, mini keyboard, white LED backlit, built-in USB hub and letter illumination. Apart from that, just a bit of branding around the back and on the sides. And then moving on to the back, we've got the mini size, which is 299 by 149 by 19 millimeters. White LED illumination with the letter, high quality X-type scissor keys and a built-in USB hub as well. So let's now get inside the box and have a look at the actual keyboard and see what it actually looks like. As you can see, everything comes very nicely packaged on the inside there. So I'm just going to go and remove everything out of the box and close the box back up a moment. Stick that back down over there. So on the inside you do get this user guide, which is just going to basically tell you a few do's and don'ts about the actual keyboard, give you the measurements again, etc. So it's quite simple stuff. And we're just going to go and remove this protective bag from the actual keyboard, and also the strip over the top that protects the shiny part of the keyboard. Okay, so that's the actual keyboard itself. It's identical to the 410 that we've reviewed earlier on the actual channel. Very nice little layout on the actual keyboard itself, and extremely low profile. You see there that we have got a USB hub on that side, but you can see how thin the actual keyboard is. Absolutely fantastic, very very thin and stupidly lightweight. There's no weight to this at all. Moving on to the back, we have got 3 rubber feet down at the bottom here to obviously help stop scratching surfaces moving around, etc. Complemented by the top here, we've got a couple of 2 rubber domes as well that are obviously going to aid with that. We have got a couple of keyboard risers on that side. I'll show you the actual profile when we connect it up to the system to have a look at the illumination, but essentially that's the actual keyboard. I'll see it then goes off into a cable. It's probably about 1.5 meters long into a USB cable there. So I'm going to go and plug it into the system so that we can have a look at the illumination. Okay, so hopefully as you can see, I've actually got the keyboard connected up to my system, and you can see the actual white LEDs behind the actual keypad itself. It's not the brightest of backlit display. Obviously there's no way for you to actually control the actual brightness or anything like nature. So it's satisfactory, you know, see to be using this in a dark scenario late at night or anything like nature. It's going to provide a sort of adequate amount of light for you to obviously then go and be able to actually use the keyboard itself and not have to worry about where you're putting your fingers on the keys, etc. Okay, so this will basically hopefully give you a bit of an indication as to how low the actual keyboard itself is. As you can see, it's really not coming off the ground at all, off the actual desk. What I'm going to do is just flick the risers back down. So again, stick that down there, so hopefully you get a bit of an indication. With the keyboard riser on the bottom there not being lifted up, not put in the upright position, you might find that sticking a USB pen drive into here might be a bit of a tricky situation without sort of lifting it up and then sticking it in, but that ain't too much of an issue at all. It's definitely not something that would put me off the actual keyboard. So I'm just going to stick this back up. Also we're looking at flat scissor keys on the actual key itself, and I must admit, sort of typing on this actually feels very very nice indeed. Very nice amount of response from the actual keys. Layout is quite a nice size. I mean, I've got probably medium hands, and I see my hands cover across both or the entire actual keyboard itself, so it feels very very nice. Obviously it's a mini keyboard, so for unless you're specifically looking for one, when it comes to picking between this and like a full-size keyboard, you might sort of find that it takes a little bit of time to actually get used to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and plug this into my system. I'm going to go and type a few things and use it day to day as I would normally, and I'll come back to you with my thoughts in a moment. Okay, so now on to my personal thoughts about the Perixx Periboard-411 Backlit mini keyboard. Despite the wafer thin design, the build quality on this keyboard is absolutely fantastic. The keys are actually quite a nice size despite the fact that it is a mini keyboard, and the overall layout is pretty damn good. With the illumination side of things, it's like I've already mentioned, it's not the brightest of illumination that I've seen from a keyboard. It is adequate. It is going to be easy for you to actually view the keys, etc. It does provide a good enough glow in the dark, for example, but there's no way to sort of control the brightness or anything like that nature, which would have been quite a nice addition. I like the fact that it does come with multimedia buttons and various other different function buttons, which is quite a nice accessory, and also the USB port that's on the left hand side there. The only problem I would say is that it might be a little bit tricky to plug a USB stick into, so if it was myself, I would have actually put that around the back of the actual keyboard. But apart from that, design, build quality, absolutely fantastic, 2-year guarantee, pretty damn cheap as well. It's a very, very cheap keyboard, but it's going to do everything that you need it to do. So if you're looking for a keyboard for your home theatre system, or for a small form factor system that you just need a quick little easy keyboard just to put out the way, or whether or not you want to use this instead of typing on your laptop, for example, it's a very, very good keyboard. So we hope you liked the unboxing and overview for the Perixx 411 backlit illuminated mini keyboard, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. We hoped you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like, as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, NismoTech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.